Friends, greetings. I am Chaplain Alex Serna-Wallander. As we gather virtually to mark the beginning of this academic year, a year that will be like no other, I want to offer us an opportunity to root ourselves in both place and in spirit, first with a land acknowledgement and then the invocation. We recognize the land that Trinity occupies as the traditional land of the Puyaya bands of the Qualatecan peoples, the Lipan Apache bands that settled here, the Tonquá that occupied both this land and the land where Trinity was originally in Tawakana. We acknowledge our place as guests on this land and our call to respect the peoples of the past and present whose land we are upon, as well as the land itself. And it is in that spirit of humility and rootedness to this place that I invite you to now join me in a spirit of prayer. God of wisdom, gathered we come from many places, with many stories, many hopes, and many fears, to be part of this community, both virtually and in person. We come from springs and summers like no other, and we find ourselves here between excitement for the year ahead and anxiety for what the future may bring, between hope and frustration, between the world we live in and the world we want this one to be. Help us to inhabit this liminal space, embodying what it means to embrace the sacred journey that this time and place provides. May we be transformed this year, shaped by the interactions we have with others, growing in an understanding of ourselves, given renewed sense of what is possible, and pushed by mentors to see things in new ways and with fresh perspectives. Help the work we do each day to be in the service of learning, pursuit of truth, and the wholeness of humanity. For throughout it all, we continue to lift up the places of unease, pain, and isolation. We lift up our families left behind and the futures that lie ahead. We lift up the broken places of our lives, community, and country. Give us hope and help us work for the restoration and healing of the world. So open our hearts now that we may embrace this year and the years ahead with all that they may bring. May it be so. May it be so. Amen. Now, students, faculty, family, and friends, I am pleased to introduce Dr. Danny Anderson, Trinity University's 19th president.
Greetings. My name is Danny Anderson, the 19th president of Trinity University. With this convocation, together we begin the 151st year of this great institution. Although we are unable to gather as usual in Laurie Auditorium, we take this occasion, the new student convocation, very seriously at Trinity. For this is an important way that we celebrate our heritage as a modern university in the liberal arts tradition. It is an occasion to rejoice with family and friends and to embrace new beginnings. Some of you will meet future partners in business or service. Some of you will launch lifelong friendships. Some of you will meet future partners, spouses. All of you will be shaped by our mission to be a part of a transformational liberal arts and sciences university with selected professional and pre-professional programs. Since the Middle Ages, similar institutions started the academic year with a convocation, a formal calling together of students, graduates, and faculty to pursue the noble cause of higher learning. The stately music, the resplendent caps and gowns, the poetry, the solemn words. Together, these all symbolize your entry into the global community of intellectuals. I invite you to add your name to a list that includes Confucius and Plato and Augustine, that includes Copernicus and Aquinas and Sor Juana, that includes Bronte and Einstein and Atwood. Much as each red brick that composes this building rests on and in turn supports the next brick, so too will your ideas and discoveries and creative struggles gather strength from and strengthen the intellectual traditions that this convocation represents. The cycle of learning continues because it must. It must because you are here. Parents and family and friends, thank you for sharing the gift of your young scholars with Trinity University. And to the Trinity University class of 2024, welcome. Your legacy begins now.
Hi, I'm Mayor Ron Nirenberg, Trinity University class of 1999. On behalf of the City of San Antonio, welcome. Whether you're from around the corner or across the globe, I hope you find yourselves at home on the Trinity University campus in this vibrant community. The last few months have been a trying time for all of us, and much work remains as we face the COVID-19 pandemic with thoughtfulness and resolve. I'm delighted that you have chosen to spend the next few years at Trinity because my generation already looks to you for intelligence, compassion, and leadership. From the civil rights cause to the fight for environmental justice, you are showing the way. And I hope many of you will continue on your path as you begin your careers here. When I was in your shoes, I never imagined that I'd be mayor of the 7th largest city in the United States. But I can now look back and see how Trinity sparked the intellectual curiosity and rewarded the discipline that my job now requires. I look forward to passing the mantle to you one day soon. Until then, study hard, look out for your new friends, and when it's safe to do so, explore what San Antonio has to offer. Bienvenidos, y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We're grateful for your steady leadership in these difficult times. Hello, my name is Dr. Denise Jones, or Dr. D, as I'm known around here, and I'm privileged to serve as your Vice President for Academic Affairs. I'm pleased that you're here, and I offer to you a hearty Tiger welcome. Before I provide for you our academic challenge, it's my pleasure to introduce Trinity University English professor Jenny Brown, former Poet Laureate of the City of San Antonio and former Poet Laureate of the state of Texas.
Hi, I'm Jenny Brown. I teach poetry in the English department here at Trinity, and I was thrilled to have been asked to share a short poem with you today as a part of the program. The poem I'm going to read is one I wrote when serving as the Poet Laureate of the City of San Antonio during San Antonio's tricentennial year. So I was thinking a lot about time, about history, about the way a poem can capture a single moment in time. And it felt appropriate to read today as well, because I feel pretty certain we're all struggling with our concept of time right now, with our lives being paused or rushed or simply changed. The poem's called Time Capsule, and I hope it also evokes those time capsules some of us made as children, and a way of thinking about your time here at Trinity as a container of experiences, both academic and personal, of growth. It also, I hope, evokes something of the physical landscape of San Antonio, which is a really important and place to me, and a beautiful place. So some of the place names and plants are here as well. So I'll read it now. It's called Time Capsule. Exactly 4 grackles and a hard wind some still call a norther. Sort that makes it rain horizontal. Sort that makes the century plant crack his knuckles and sway. Comes the place in a country song when the sun returns. Wake early and watch a girl catch a fish on New Year's Day, leaning close to thank the water with both hands. Imagine the distances before steam, before turbine. We could have made better time, but why? Comes the horse crippler and the greater roadrunner repeating the question. Comes Caliche, Cochineal, I-10, and our 300 reasons for going too fast. when Spanish moss hasn't a one, and was, by the way, fine being called tree hair, ancient and thriving on hush and fog, when the river turned to catch her name. Welcome to Trinity. Welcome to poetry. I hope I get a chance to meet some of you this semester and certainly during your time here. Thank you.
As I begin to share and encourage you today, I want you to know that I'm issuing this challenge to you, not your parents, as a student at Trinity University. During your time at Trinity, you will be exposed to the Trinity core values of enduring excellence, intentional inclusion, and perpetual discovery. As you experience all that Trinity has to offer by engaging in an assortment of learning experiences to help you to refine your own thinking, to shape the appropriate leadership skills, and to learn more about people from places, cultures, backgrounds, and beliefs other than your own. I encourage you to not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. If you start off with what you can do, you will learn more as you go. At Trinity, we have high standards of excellence, and we believe in acting with integrity to influence others while stretching ourselves past any narrowly focused ideologies. We are a diverse community of learners engaged in healthy struggles of growth that we recognize that the whole is much stronger as a result of this. The known challenges of today and the unknown challenges of tomorrow require us to embrace Trinity's approach to learning more than ever before, with the belief that we can learn nothing except by going from the known to the unknown. Today, I offer you a series of academic challenges for your personal pursuit of educational growth. Knowing and believing in your own potential can be part of your journey here. And because each of you is unique, you will need to identify your own journey for this pursuit. This type of journey begins and ends with you. It's not your parents' journey, not your professor's journey, or even my journey. Yes, you are the key to your personal journey. Though it may not seem like it now, you will have a limited time in this place called Trinity University, so don't waste it. Courageously follow your heart as well as your intuitions. Remember that no one can be perfect all the time, and progress is the only way that you can improve. Try and progress with your experiences and keep going, even if you make mistakes. In fact, embrace the fact that mistakes offer you lessons and opportunities to improve. From this point on, your whole world should be one where you are intentionally listening, observing, thinking, and learning in new ways. You should be doing and undoing with great passion and discipline in order to construct an educational experience that is uncommon for you. And yes, you should absolutely be struggling and stretching to see what you could not see before. Perhaps I can magnify what I'm saying with a short but intriguing true story. So here it is. A few years ago, a man sat down at a metro station in Washington, D.C. on a cold January morning and began to play the violin. He played Bach for 45 minutes, during which time about 1,000 rush hour commuters passed through the metro station. One man stopped for a few seconds and then hurried on. A little later, a woman threw $1 into the till and continued on her way without stopping. The first person who really paid attention was a curious 3-year-old boy whose mother had to move him along. But even as the child continued to reluctantly walk away with his insistent mother, he kept turning his head back toward the musician who was playing. When the man had finished playing, no one noticed and no one applauded. The violinist was Joshua Bell, one of the best musicians in the world. He had played one of the most intricate pieces ever written on his handcrafted 300-year-old, $3.5 million Stradivarius violin. 3 days earlier, Joshua played a sold-out concert at a theater in Boston where seats averaged $100 apiece. That day, he made $32.17 in that D.C. station. Only 7 people had stopped to listen. And now, what might be your takeaway from this story? The true story of Joshua Bell's Metro Station performance was organized by the Washington Post as part of a social experiment. Because Mr. Bell was playing in a subway station, the people assumed he was a street musician paying for handouts, and so they paid no attention to his music. They saw and heard only what they expected to see and hear from a street musician. Their routine understanding of what they saw and heard as ordinary had dimmed their imaginations and shifted their own abilities to appreciate greatness, even when they had the opportunity to hear it for themselves. As a result, they cheated themselves out of a rare experience that could have enhanced their lives. Unlike them, education can be what survives, but only when what has been learned has been forgotten. While you are here, you too should expect to be exposed to differing perspectives of greatness as a part of a rare learning experience. But will you see there with new eyes poised for rare insights? Will you stop long enough to question what may seem normal or ordinary to see the unique occurrences? Will you find meaning and motivation behind the things that you may hear or see? Will you use this educational platform to defeat the short-sighted barriers of indifference and instead appreciate the power of differences? Even our world-class faculty, who have helped us to obtain high rankings in the state of Texas and the nation, cannot construct these choices for you. You alone must recognize, fully see, and deliberately use these choices for yourself. To you, the class of 2024, I just described for you the unique processes and product of a liberal arts education. This should be your journey while you're here. Change is the end result of all true learning. So I challenge you with all that is within me to embrace your transformational journey. Learn to encourage each other, realizing that no one is an island. Your educational journey can be your passport to the future, but only if you prepare for it while you reside in these spaces. I further challenge you, young people, don't just fill up your educational learning buckets as you pass along this way. Instead, light a fire of constructive change that allows you to see the ordinary in extraordinary ways. Each one of you has all the ability and passion within yourself to rethink, reimagine, and reinvent the world as we all presently know it. And frankly, that's a good thing for all of us. Make it a great 4 years, beginning with this year, and go Tigers. The Academic Honor Code is the system by which Trinity students hold themselves accountable to our shared values of creativity and academic integrity. A select group of students comprises the Academic Honor Council, which adjudicates all cases involving the Honor Code. I'm pleased to introduce one of the Academic Honor Council co-chairs, Miss Mia Vu.
Hello, class of 2024. My name is Mia Vu, and I am a class of 2022 neuroscience major from Houston, Texas. The students, faculty, and staff at Trinity University are ecstatic for you to join us. This new chapter of life that you are embarking on will have its challenges, but there are many perks that come with it, such as friendship, experience, and growth. The parents watching online, this is a new chapter in your lives as well. I'm sure many of you helped your sons and daughters plan for this new and unknowable journey. Today, your children will become members of the Trinity community. However, they will always need your love and support. One of the reasons Trinity is a unique university is that you will get to know a large portion of the students and staff on campus, either now or very soon. With the small class sizes, you will find yourself making friends with the other students in your classes, nurturing connections unheard of at larger universities. My non-Trinity friends find it strange when I say I typically know at least one person at every table and maybe cafeteria. But I myself find it comforting, and I hope that you will experience the same thing. Another quality about Trinity that makes it exceptional is its liberal arts approach to learning. This gives students new and unexpected experiences. First, you may not be excited about some of your required classes, but you will sometimes find that the classes you dread taking will put a twist on the subject matter that you have never seen before, giving you a whole new perspective on education and life. Because of these things, it is impossible for one to attend Trinity University and not experience growth in your academic or personal character. Trinity is ranked the #1 school in the West, and each of you will soon experience all the qualities that make Trinity such a great school. One of those qualities is the trust that is shared between student and faculty. Some of this trust stems from the Academic Honor Code, a document created to allow students to hold each other accountable for honest work. In just a bit, you, the class of 2024, shall sign the pledge. On my honor, I have neither given nor received any unauthorized assistance on this work. This is a commitment not only to Trinity's faculty and your peers, but also to yourselves to maintain this trusting academic environment. I would now like to invite the faculty who are with us to sign the honor code as a reminder of their commitment to Trinity. You can do so by visiting the URL on the screen. Class of 2024, it's now your turn. Enter your name online by visiting the URL on the screen. Welcome, Trinity Tigers, to your new home.
Among the varied traditions at Trinity University is the Alma Mater, a song that captures the joy and pride embedded in the Trinity experience. I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Gary Safman, music professor and director of choral activities, who will virtually lead members of the Trinity University choirs in song.
Hi everyone, I'm Gary Safman. I'm Director of Choral Activities and Associate Professor here at Trinity. So I just wanted to share with you a few words about our alma mater, which you're about to hear sung virtually by some members of our university choirs, who individually recorded their parts from their homes across the country this past summer. Now the phrase alma mater, as you probably already know, is Latin, and it translates to nourishing mother. The idea that we're continually nourished intellectually and socially from our experiences here in college. The song itself was composed by a former Trinity faculty member, Timothy Kramer, and he based the melody on the tune that we hear every hour coming out of our iconic bell tower. Here in my office, I often hear it faintly coming from that direction over there. But related to all of this, I can't help but stress that you're coming to a truly, truly special place. You're going to make lifelong friends. This is going to be your home away from home. And we faculty and staff genuinely care about your growth and development. These are historic and unprecedented times, and all of us have concerns about the future. But I find comfort in knowing that the future also lies in the hands of young adults like yourselves, because Trinity students really do embody the best ideals, and I'm continually inspired by my own students. So I hope you enjoyed this virtual rendition of the Alma Mater, and a very warm welcome to Trinity University.
We sing to thee, O Trinity, the school we hold so dear. We raise in song our voices strong to honor and revere your sons and daughters. hold in high esteem. It proudly floats upon a breeze or on your campus green. Throughout our days and all our lives, our hearts will cherish thee. Alma mater, alma mater, all hail to Trinity.
And so, friends, as we prepare to go forth from wherever you are, may you hold dear your unfolding journey here. And know that you are joining tigers of every generation in shaping this community. And so now may you be blessed on your journey here. May you be blessed in all that you are. May you be blessed in all that you do. May you be blessed in all that this year and the years ahead have in store. Go forth to love and serve the world. Amen.